How to be the ultimate warrior, mastery, hero, and self-realization. So what does it mean to be the ultimate warrior? This is all about becoming the greatest version of yourself in all aspects of reality. Knowing that you have the opportunity to impact generations to come and leave a legacy that will last forever. Being of service, learning, and growing. All of these things are required to be the best version of you. Understand that it is both and a world, not either or, which truly means that we can have it all. You owe it to yourself to max out. From there, we can spread kindness and generosity into the world. So the first section under this is mastery. This is the concept of mastering one's own reality, mastering your own domain. Understand that you are the captain of your ship and the master of your soul. The power is in our hands, and it's up to us. If you want change, I have to change. Becoming the greatest version of yourself is key. Like the external circumstances do not dictate my future reality. Understand the pen is in my hands, and I get to decide what happens next. We are the authors of our own story. So what does it actually mean to be a hero? A hero is someone who decides to overcome their own story. Throughout the struggle and the triumph, they emerge as the one. The hero's journey begins with one step. The story of freedom, of tribulations and triumph. And it's not that you won't get knocked off the path, but the question is how do you develop resilience to keep going? This will determine your destiny. The path is where the one's destiny is forged. This is because this is what we're born for, what we die for. Life is forging you into the person you need to become in order to serve at the level you're designed to. Lift others up. You must want to see others win. This is because a hero's job is to first become the greatest version of themselves and then pour that out into the world. Be a model and example for what is actually possible. Have no fear and stay free. This is because courage can't exist in the absence of fear. It's only through circumstances that produce fear that we can actually demonstrate courage. For this, we must know fear and understand it. We must understand our tendencies and dispositions to fear so we can actually create a plan. Every thought that we think releases correlating chemistry in our bodies, whether it's thoughts of love, fear. For example, feelings of love or happiness will release hormones such as oxytocin and serotonin, and thoughts that are of fear will produce things like cortisol, which is our stress hormone. Now, fear in itself is not bad, it's actually quite an important tool. It's more about how we use fear. How do we use fear as an asset and to better associate with it? Well, under fear and stress, blood vessels of the prefrontal cortex actually tighten. They get shut. So the blood gets away from the cognitive part of our brain and goes towards the amygdala, which is more of the fight or flight response. And when this happens, you become less intelligent and reactive. Now, the powers that be know this very well, and they kind of use fear as a control tactic. Now, this is why it's important to develop self-awareness and situational awareness in order to critically think about the situation. We tend to fear what we don't understand. When you are present, you're much more able to consciously determine whether fear is real or not. Look to be of service. Every day, wake up with growth and service on the mind. Be someone who genuinely wants to make a change. If you have the ability to help someone, do that thing. 2 questions I wake up with every day is how can I grow, how can I serve, and then try to focus on gratitude within that process. This sets your day up for conscious thinking and empowering questions. You don't have to master everything, but take it a little further than the person going to help. Like, you are enough, spread kindness, because the more of that is in the world, the better. Now, the section of self-realization is about the concept of knowing yourself inside and out, and always striving for a higher version of you. It includes looking within and introspection. Without self-realization, it's impossible to reach your full potential. And we can do this through things like meditation, which is, you can think of that as brain training. Like, think of meditation as being able to stay focused throughout the day without constant distractions. And in a world that we have them, it's invaluable. Meditation can reduce cortisol, which is your body's stress hormone. There can be many different forms of meditation, but the most common form is mindfulness. Simply sit quietly, where you won't be disturbed, and observe your thoughts. Do not judge them, just notice them. Be aware of your thoughts and how can they help you change them and even still your mind. The more relaxed we are, the more energy we will have for healing the body. Healing exists within the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest. It's difficult to heal if you're stressed all the time. Now, give yourself the space to think as well. We are inundated with a plethora of information every day. We have a ton of knowledge, but we're starving for wisdom. Rarely do we stop and think and process what we actually learned. There's a lack of deep thought and devotion to excellence in our culture. Be a light, not a shadow. Processing information and applying what we know leads to wisdom. Lastly, become the one. The story of the one is immanent in all things. This is because it exists within all of us. The story of freedom. One where the hero's journey, overcoming fear, own obstacles, and shortcomings on a quest for greatness. Greatness is not only acquired through our daily actions, but also who we become in the process. The king or queen is already born. It's only a matter of expressing it. Alright, everyone. Thank you for tuning into the show. For more, you can head over to anthonygastella.com for articles, coaching, and other free resources. Also, if you can, leave a review for the show, let people know what you think, and I would appreciate that so much. Support the mission of freedom. Thanks for being on this mission with me, and I promise to give you more powerful, empowering, great content to help transform your life. Thanks for tuning in.